Hey everyone, I'm showing you how to build my little DIY drill jig here. The idea is it comes flat packed in a letter post, so it keeps the price down. It's fairly self-explanatory, but I'm just gonna build it anyway in front of you. So I'm gonna snap the edge rails off. They're rubbish, we don't need them. And there's 3 sections. I noticed one of them doesn't have plated holes. That is the back part, so when the drill comes through the back, it doesn't, hit the back plate, and it can just come through. So the idea is you don't need to use a center punch, you can just go with the pilot drill straight through. This fits a 3.3mm drill bit really well. Maybe, there must be an imperial size, it fits really well too. Clean that up. Not that it's necessary, but all right. So there's probably a few different ways you could do this, but this is the best way I've thought to do it. So take the ones that have the plating. They're going to be the outside ones. And you'll notice these come with 2 different sizes. They're short ones and long ones. So the short ones will be the ones that you're drilling through. And the long ones will be the ones holding the back panel on and the spaces in the middle. So I'm going to put everything in now, but I'm only going to solder the 3 drill hole ones at the moment. Before I get started, I'm just noting that if you have a low wattage iron, this might be a lot of stress on it. I'm actually turning my iron up really high to about 400 C just to sort of speed things up. This does take a lot of heat out of your iron. You got to heat up the whole brass spacer, and you got to heat up the pad. And I'm just going to do my best to sort of make sure it's all aligned about as good as it can be by hand. There's nothing fancy. My idea is I'm doing this bit first so that the brass doesn't push through the other side on the back, and then it's not going to be likely to scrape any paintwork as you're sliding it on, even though I like to obviously drill before I paint or powder coat. Turn the extractor on. So I left the iron there for a moment longer, so it's done a nice job coming through to the back panel, and that's going to be flush with the copper and the pre-tinned pad there. So now I gotta get these spacers and put the back panel on. This can go either way, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put the BS on the outside. Okay, now you can do this from either side, but I'm just gonna flip this piece over that we've made. And when I put the back panel on, I'm gonna solder it from the back. So I put the long spacers in, and those little spacer plates. And it's got a bit of wobble either way you do it, so I'm just going to hold it with one finger as I do it, and just again trying to line this up. It is fairly easy to align. And I'm going to try not to flood the solder down into the spacer. I'm just going to get around the outside edge, and I'll probably have to flip it over and solder the other side. I'm going to apply a lot of heat, and hopefully I can run this solder right down as far as I can to the bottom, or we'll see how it goes. I forgot to turn on the extractor. It's so peaceful. It's taken a while to warm up because I can't really touch much of the the brass spacer. Okay, that's feeling good. I'm gonna let that flow for a couple seconds. And it solidifies. There we go. I can do the other side. There we go. Let's see if it made it all the way through or not. Just give that a second. Alright, let's change color so that's solid. Not quite. It feels like it's all one piece though. But I'll flow it from the other side now too, because it's rigid, so it's not gonna slide anywhere. I'll do this while it's still warm, make it a bit easier. Don't do this on your kitchen table because the heat will go right through to the bottom. There we go. Just watch out so it'll liquefy. And I'll start the other side. And that's that. There we go. Let's see how that went. Yeah, so it's got a tiny bit of slack, so if you're drilling on a pedestal drill, like a bench drill, it can come straight down without tearing the edge, but if you're drilling with a hand drill or something, you can go straight in the side. I don't think it's going to scratch the paint. And yeah, hopefully you like this. These are new. Contact me if you'd like one, or check out my website, dazatronics.com, link in the description.